In this lesson, I will talk to you about harmonic dissociation. What is it? How is it used? And what are its elements? And it says, if it's Monica, it establishes that when we have a narrative triangle where there are characters, interactions between physical universes and implants occur in diverse ways. These interactions, generated between objects and characters, can be associative, where the experience is shared. Such interactions are crucial in understanding the dynamics within these universes. Watching other films and life itself have shown us that relationships form between people, objects, and places. Or it might be the reverse. We've seen numerous films where there's a murderer wielding a chainsaw on a university campus. Serial killer armed with a menacing chainsaw on a university campus. The relationship between the physical universe, university campus, and chainsaw implant, and when the killer's mask was first seen on camera, it generated an association, marking its debut in cinema. This initial appearance created a significant surprise. It created a huge surprise because of the strange combination of elements. After that, repeating the association no longer generates as much surprise. It suspiciously creates a certain sense of copying. We've also seen that in certain genres we have, for example, a cowboy with a rifle entering a saloon, or a couple in love enjoying a drink in a bustling city. If you observe closely beyond these associations, they remain valid and exploitable. Are indeed valid, they can still be exploited and remain self-referential, maintaining their relevance. The capability to disassemble and reorganize components for novel narrative configurations contributes to their reinforcement and longevity. By separating elements, one can generate fresh storylines that were not previously apparent. Imagine this combination now. A killer who takes a drink and enters a saloon. A masked scene unfolds. Or imagine a cowboy wielding a chainsaw in the heart of a bustling city. Or envision a pair of lovers brandishing a rifle on a university campus. Each dissociation opens up new narrative opportunities, offering viewers the sensation of witnessing something novel. Element dissociation fosters the aesthetic cinematic experience sought in film viewing. The aesthetic cinematic experience sought when watching a film is what I always refer to. Associations tend to adhere to the screen, creating lasting impressions. Dissociations are carried home, prompting the creation of new films and visual references. They forge new realities through dissociations, expanding narrative horizons. Associations exist to be forgotten, fading away over time and memory. The first time we saw this association, it was masterful. The blend of showering in a warm, cozy space, like a shower, creates vulnerability. This vulnerability is heightened when that space is invaded by a masked killer. The scene where that isolated space is violently intruded upon with a knife by a masked killer in a desolate motel setting is quite groundbreaking. It remains innovative even now. The blend of introducing an unusual entity into the narrative adds further intrigue. Unprecedented, organic, slimy, like never before. Aboard a spaceship, it gradually starts to eliminate the crew members one by one. This unique combination is one we hadn't encountered before. Following this, various connections and interpretations arise around it. Every narrative can draw upon aspects of the triangle, blending and reshaping these components into novel and unexplored configurations, creating a fresh recombination of triangular elements. Physical universe or character implant. Thus, we have the option to narrate distinct scenes. Writers frequently succumb to the despair of thinking, what can I say if everything has already been said? What can I express if everything seems already expressed? The only option is to recombine elements to craft new narrative possibilities. For instance, in this fable, we have a frozen, shattered lake, a blue-haired girl, and a couple in a romantic gesture. This unique scenario offers fresh potential for storytelling. In a romantic gesture, it's entirely unexpected, a detached scenario unlike anything we've encountered before. Frogs raining from the sky. A bizarre combination of physical universe and implants. Like Magnolia. A sensitive man with scissor hands devoted to his family. A devoted family man wielding an axe, attempting to forcefully break into a room with determined intent. Combinations that were completely unthinkable until that moment, and then become an association. Dissociations can have types. The first type of association is the universe character. We have a type of universe and a character who appears to be dissociated from it. Dissociated from the character. For example, a Victorian lady in a hostile universe, like in the movie The Piano, In the same movie, A Piano on the Beach, and in Planet of the Apes, the iconic Statue of Liberty's image, half buried on a beach, like in Planet of the Apes. My object-character association. We possess an object that doesn't align with the character's current situation, or is unsuitable for the character's age, creating a stark and intriguing contrast. Like in My Perfect Killer, where Natalie Portman wields a massive weapon, creating a contrast. Similar to Empire of the Sun, where a child in pajamas holds a toy plane while on a truck amidst the chaos of war, creating a vivid contrast. We also have a very interesting dissociation, which is dissociation between emotion. Generally, emotion, information, and movement are interconnected aspects of our daily lives. Daily experiences have shown that specific emotions and corresponding actions are suitable for particular situations, illustrating the complex relationship between these elements in our everyday existence. Dissociation arises when a short circuit happens between moment, information, and emotion. For example, like that Pulp Fiction character. Who eats a burger before committing murder. A complete dissociation between emotion, the information being conveyed, and the movement to follow. The harmonic separation of script elements leads to lasting memory in the audience. Remember, these elements create the final impression after watching the film. We end up with dissociations. The final impression after watching the film, we end up with dissociations, while associations remain confined to the script or screen. Now I will show you an example of harmonic dissociations in the script folder. Let's go to the script folder and the scenes section. Let's head over to the harmonic dissociation section, where I will zoom in on an interesting detail. Currently, there are 3 such instances in our developing project for this class. One of them involves passionate kissing amidst a scene of a crashing airplane. This represents a powerful dissociation between love and disaster. In the absolute sense, the physical or subtle universe acts like an airplane. However, people rarely express intense emotions during simulated crashes or profound confessions within flight simulators. These machines seem peculiar, fostering closeness through impactful declarations rather than real-world experiences. In the midst of that simulation, additionally, a somewhat dissociated element I selected temporarily for the project. Considering whether to switch it out for something else or retain it and expand upon it further, I've noticed that detaching places from emotional ties often leads to better outcomes, particularly within the realm of romantic comedy films. For instance, imagine a Harry Potter-themed birthday celebration where everything starts off great but quickly spirals into chaos, culminating in a huge brawl between friends turned foes. This isn't just something I've conjured up, it's also a common trope seen in numerous comedies and even at actual themed parties gone awry. Let's decide whether to keep or change it. The key is, we're dealing with material that involves taking elements and altering their context. Taking elements and changing their context. By changing context, a recharge in perception happens, and we gain something very healthy. Something that seems what's new, and finally presents an argument that is rather old. The harmonic dissociation of script elements creates a unique cinematic event. Creates that strange cinematic event that ensures when we remember a movie, that scene immediately springs to mind when thinking of narrative units. In the next lesson, we'll delve deeper into this concept.